It hurts so much. Ow. But welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Virtue's Last Reward. Last time we made it to another sort of ending, I think, if I remember correctly. Yes, because now we're starting here. God dang it. I guess I should hit start then. No, because it would have still put us in the same place, wouldn't it? Oh, let's just skip ahead. Okay, stop. Alright. Let me turn it down a little more. Jeez. Okay. So last time we got to this one? 5 minutes of life. Yeah. Because Dio betrayed us, and then we got stabbed with the thing because our points dropped to -1, and now we need to figure out how to live. So today I guess we're gonna start doing some betrayals. I think I'm gonna go from the bottom up. Granted, I noticed that this has changed into a green open book. There isn't enough antiviral medication. I wonder if that means... I need to remember how to navigate this menu. I wonder if that means I can do it now. We can try it. Blah blah blah, we have some Excelivir, but we can't save both. Here we go. IG equals immunoglobulin.
Do you know what immunoglobulin is?
Immunoglobulin,
It's
I
another
mean.
name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6.
Okay. So I'm sure some people noticed that I wasn't
Replicator makes
doing-
it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
Danganronpa 3 yesterday. And that's because it's apparently a blocked scene, according to PlayStation. So you're not able to stream off of that. But the nice thing about that versus when I was trying to do Persona 5
Ice cream by the gallon?
is that there's a Steam version. So as soon as I'm paid tomorrow, I'm going to probably put some money towards it and feel horrible. Oh, but stop. Log. That's it, I've got it. The IG replicator in the laboratory. It's an immunoglobulin replication machine. That was a bit of a tongue twister.
What?
It can copy immunoglobulin. Antibodies. Luna just said that Excelivir is made from antibodies. That means we can make some more Excelivir.
Hold on a moment. There is a strange device in the laboratory that says IG replicator on it. Clover and I examined it thoroughly when we were in that room.
Yeah. We never could figure out what it did, though.
Exactly. My question is, how do you know about it, Sigma?
I saw it when I was in the laboratory.
When was that?
Probably when you were looking for Alice, right?
No. Dio was wrong. I hadn't gone to the laboratory when I was looking for Alice. I didn't think I'd ever been to the laboratory. So how did I know about the IG replicator?
If what he's saying is true, then we should be able to duplicate the Excelivir. That would mean we could cure Alice and Quark.
Let's go have a look then. The laboratory, right?
Yeah. No time to waste.
We all nodded. Wait. We can't leave them here all alone. What if they start going crazy? Luna, do you think you could stay behind and look after them?
Oh, of course. I'd be happy to.
Wouldn't she be the one person who would know how to use the dang thing? Alright then, let's go. And then we all get there and we look at it and it's like, wait, how the heck do we use this thing? It looks like gibberish to me. Sigma's not the smartest cookie in the bunch, is he? It's nice to finally make a bit of progress, though, in one of these routes. Hopefully we don't come to another roadblock in the middle of it, because that would be kind of annoying. And then we get there and it's like, no one knows how to use it. We need more information. It's like, god dang it.
So this is the lab, huh?
Yes.
Where's this IG replicator thing?
Right here. See?
So this can copy the Excelavir?
I think so.
What are we waiting for?
Calm down, alright? Don't rush me. I carefully lowered the small vial of Excelavir into the slot on the side of the machine. An empty vial already protruded from the other side. Presumably, that was where the duplicated Excelavir would go. Ready? When I push this button, it should...
Skip it. Just press the damn thing.
Right. And pressed! Presto! Sorry. Kaboom! We all die. The end. Did it work?
Have a look. The empty vial has something in it now.
And the vial Sigma used remains as it was. It does not seem to have lost any of its contents.
So, it worked?
Would have been pretty bad if it hadn't.
It's true. Alright, let's get this thing back to the infirmary. I reached down and pulled both vials from the machine, intending to slip them deftly into my pocket. But I dropped one like an idiot. Ah, shit.
What happened?
Sorry, my hand slipped.
You dropped one of them?
Yeah. Just one, though.
What in the hell? What if you'd broken it, you idiot?
Come on. If it had broken, then we could have just made another copy. Before Tenmyoji could reply, Fi spoke.
Guys?
I was surprised to hear her voice coming from near my feet. I looked down to see her staring intently at something beneath the table. Is it a bomb?
You see? It did break.
No, the vial's fine. See?
She held it up in one hand, but didn't move her eyes.
Then what the heck is going on down there?
Take a look.
She slid back from under the table, quickly and silently. The rest of us bent down to look. Oh. A bomb!
Whoa. Really? That makes two then.
Guess Kay was right after all.
So there were more bombs.
So it would seem.
Was this here when you guys came through the first time?
No, it was not.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, and I looked real hard.
Then somebody must have said it while we were looking for Alice.
Who the hell would do that?
We were all out looking for Alice. It could have been any of us.
No, not any of us. I was back in the infirmary. Quark was still out, so I was keeping an eye on him.
So we shouldn't consider you a suspect. Is that right?
Yeah, Quark's off the list too.
Well, obviously.
You have no proof that you spent the entire time in the infirmary, do you?
What?
You could have quietly made your way to the laboratory, planted the bomb.
That's insane. Listen to yourself. There's no way in hell I'd have left Quark all by himself to go plant a goddamn bomb.
Tenmyoji was still staring furiously at Kay when Clover spoke up.
Hey, what's this thing?
I turned in time to see her grab something from under the table. There's another bomb!
It looks like a memory card.
Where was it?
Right under the bomb. It was down on the floor under the table.
Could it have been put here by the same person who set the bomb? There was nothing like it here when we examined this room.
Do you think they dropped it accidentally?
Unless it was left here intentionally, yes. I imagine so.
What do you think's on it?
Well, let's take a look. Could I see it for a minute?
Yeah, I guess so.
I plucked the card out of her hand and looked around the room. Nothing. Shoot. No dice. We'll need to plug it into something that can read memory cards, but I don't see anything here.
So what do we do?
Come on, if I knew, I'd be doing it.
Ten minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Oh, right. That was still happening.
Please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Guys, I think maybe we should get back to the top floor.
Yeah, you're right. We've got what we came here for.
What should we do about the, bomb?
Not much we can do except leave it here. Alice said it'd be dangerous to touch them.
True, but
Drop it. We can talk about the bombs later. Right now we need to take care of Alice and Quark.
Yeah, I mean, what did we do with the first one, Kay? We left it. Right. So we'll go back to the infirmary, give them the Excelsior, and then head to Flore warehouse. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Right. This ought to do it.
Oh yeah,
It
this
might
thing
take
can
a
read
little
memory
while,
cards.
But they should recover.
Her voice was quiet as she backed away from Alice and Quark. In her hand was the injection gun. She carefully removed the empty vial and placed it gently in the cabinet with the other one. Hopefully we won't need any more. While we were in the laboratory, Luna had moved Quark to a crude cot. As opposed to where he'd been sleeping on the floor. They both looked peaceful as they slept. The madness I'd seen on their faces before was completely gone. Boob!
Are they really going to be all right?
Yes. The analysis I did on the vials confirmed that the duplicate was real Excelsior. The original was genuine too, of course. Now that they've been treated,
it's only a matter of time before the virus is eliminated.
I believe so, yes. Oh man, what a relief. I was really worried.
I guess we could get more Excelsior from them, huh? Clover grinned. Agreed. I gave her a reassuring pat on the back. 5 minutes.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Alright, we should probably get back to that one.
Alright, everybody. We can be relieved later. Right now we need to get to the AB rooms and fast.
Damn. Don't even have time to catch our breath.
Come on, let's go. The Flore warehouse is waiting. Warehouse, eh? Huh? Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh, he stayed back in the infirmary.
What?
Why?
Well, when we were all heading out, I noticed he wasn't doing anything. So I asked him if he was coming with us. And this is what I got.
I'm still worried about Quark and Alice. I think I'll stick around and make sure they're okay.
I see. That means that Phi's only opponent will be Dio.
One-on-one, huh?
Ugh.
That's cool. Nothing to worry about. I plan to choose Ally. You know why?
Because I've only got one BP.
Exactly.
I'd
You
never
chose
kill a girl.
Ally and I betrayed you. Your BP would drop below 0 and... well, we know what happens then. I want to win, but I'm not that desperate. You
Yeah,
see what I'm
fuck
saying,
you,
right?
asshole. This video rated M for mature language.
Tenmyoji only had one BP left. Since Dio said he's going to pick Ally, Phi can't really pick anything else. If she does, Tenmyoji will...
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So you're both pick stucking ally.
Kay and I are gonna be
Pick
going
stucking
one-on-one
ally.
too, right? Since Quark's still sleeping.
That is correct.
How many BP do you guys have?
I've got 6.
As do I.
Well, yeah, because they were in a pair. This will be a tough one then.
If one of them can get the other to Ally and then betray that person, the betrayer will have 9 points. Look, Kay, I know you don't really have any reason to trust me, but...
I know. You would like us both to vote Ally, yes?
Yeah.
I agree. If we were to both betray, then we would gain no points. We would lose nothing either, but that's hardly relevant. If both of us cooperate, then we will both gain 2 points, which is much more beneficial.
Right. Okay, good. You're really gonna do it, right?
Yes,
Promise?
promise.
And my opponent is Luna.
Remains.
And obviously we'll ally with each other, so it's all good.
Polling closes.
Shit, this is bad. We need to move, now.
Indeed. Shall we?
Otherwise we'll all die! DOK, Phi, and Clover all took off immediately, heading into different AB rooms. Wait, weren't we paired with Alice? Luna. Continuing from the left, Dio went into room 3, Kay went into room 4, and Phi and Clover went into rooms 5 and 6, respectively. That left Luna and myself. What do you think about taking the one on the far left?
Sounds good.
Even though there was a dead... Wait, no, that didn't happen in this one. With that settled, we head into the AV room number 1. Sweet! Sorry, I realized there are sound effects in the game. But, you know. You know. Let's press start, and then the door closes, and then we expire. The end. No.
30 seconds remain.
Oh, shit.
Until Amberdeck's game polling closes.
So real quick, Luna.
It's probably a little late to say this, but... you know Alice is still in the infirmary. So...
You're saying we should pick Ally, right? Since Alice is going to default to that anyway.
yes.
I know. It's not really fair to betray somebody who isn't voting. Luna's face broke into a warm, happy smile. Not to be sappy, but it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. I grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. And then I pricked betray. Oops. For a minute, the Nonary game didn't seem so scary.
10 seconds.
You don't have a minute, you have half a minute. And now you have 10 seconds. So, you might want to hurry the heck up.
9, 8,
7, 6,
5,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ally. Sticking to my guns. as opposed to what I thought I was about to do today.
The Ambidex game has been completed.
And then it turns out Alice woke up and ran to her room and betrayed us, and then we die. It's like, oh, well, what?
Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Alright, if everyone stuck to their word, everybody chose Ally, and we're all a big happy family. Of course, that's not how this game works. Luna and I stepped out of the AB room. Alright, let's go have a look at the results. Though I already know ours.
Okay.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex
Oh yeah,
game
we're doing round
will
2
now
this time
be
around.
displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Wait, what? Yeah, when did that happen?
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet.
Ah, crap, we're about to die again. Are you serious? What? It wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. No, that's not possible. How can Alice's vote be betray? It was a question I would never know the answer to. Ugh! There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I feel like we've done this before. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Soparil. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. I definitely feel like we've read these lines before. My legs began to wobble, then give out entirely as I crumpled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Oh no! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Sigma!
No. Why?
My eyelids felt like they were made of lead, but I forced them open. Everything was growing blurry, but I noticed that the door of the second AB room was open. No one had gone into that room. I'd watched them all. And yet, there she stood, an apparition that couldn't possibly be real. Alice. The world was gradually growing black, and my mouth refused to form words, but my head echoed with questions. How? Why? What was she doing there? Had she run in at the last moment after Luna and I entered our room? But even if she had, why choose betray? Then the darkness closed over my mind as well, and my questions were gone forever. Bad end. We died. Game over. Well, shit. Alright, every ending begins somewhere, and that wasn't supposed to happen. 2 more achievements for my Steam library. Yay! Do we finally get one of these question marks? Nope. This will save your game. No. Return. Okay. Well. Okay. Let's go back. Oh. Apparently it just starts right from this. But there is a little bit of time where he's all like, I started smiling at Luna and she smiled at me and then I died. It's like, well, that was unfortunate, wasn't it? Luna, trust me, I have a bad feeling about this, so I'm picking Betray. Oh, okay. Luna and I stepped out of the AB room. She's probably wondering what I did.
What happened to... It's not fair to betray someone who isn't voting. I thought...
There was nothing I could think of to say. Even I didn't really understand why I'd pick Betray instead. Probably because I had this weird premonition that I was about to die. It had almost felt unconscious, like some other part of my mind was making the decision. Perhaps I'd been possessed by some sort of evil spirit that had moved my finger to the Betray button against my will. I doubt Luna would buy that, though. Right, well, we should go see the results. Just trust me on this.
We already know what they are. It's just simple math.
The look in her eyes was more painful than any punch I'd ever taken, but it was better than dying. I turned away and almost ran toward the projector. Anything to get away from those eyes. She'll come around though as soon as she realizes why we did it, okay? No worries, Sigma.
Results from
And then it
round
turns out in
2
this timeline
of
she
the
didn't actually get
game
up
will
and
now
vote
be
Betray,
displayed.
just to screw with me.
Please direct your attention.
Even though it
to
makes
the
no
results
sense.
Screen.
Alright. Betray, 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 betray. Oh, I'm glad we all betrayed each other. Good. Okay. That makes me not a jerk. I'm glad.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Even though the bracelet points didn't change in any way, shape, or form. Oops. What? It wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. Thankfully, this time I wasn't getting stabbed in the wrist. No. How can Alice's vote be Betray? Is that why I chose Betray? Am I psychic? That's not possible. Alice! She was standing inside the second room from the left. The room that should have been empty. Why? My mind was still reeling. Where'd she come from? As I was trying to form a sentence, she began to move towards us. From around me, I heard a chorus of muted gasps. It seemed we were united in our surprise and confusion. The fact that everyone betrayed each other did not register at this moment. Alice drew to a stop in front of me and glanced up at the display.
Thought you'd get an easy couple points, huh? Not so easy when you have to look your victim in the eye, is it? Coward.
Me a coward? You've got some balls saying that to me after you picked Betray. Why are you even here?
You gave me the antivirus, didn't you? Tenmyoji told me. Thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, honestly.
But you should still be under the effects of the anesthetic.
Yes, well, I still am. A bit. I have a throbbing headache, and I can barely stand. It's horrible. I'm more resistant to anesthetics than most people. A result of my training. I have a feeling Zero Senior knew that. They gave me way more than the standard dose of that gas when they kidnapped me. In any event, a few minutes ago I woke up in the infirmary. Tenmyoji explained what was going on, and I got here as fast as I could.
So you showed up right after we'd gone into the AB room?
Yes. Right in the nick of time, too. About 10 seconds before the deadline, as I recall.
You did that just so you could betray us?
Right. What? Don't I get to do that? I mean, it turned out to be the right thing to do, didn't it? You two chose betray. If I'd stayed back there, I'd have lost 2 points.
So you're saying it was self-defense?
Yes.
You're full of shit. Self-defense my ass. You chose betray because you wanted out. You had 6 BP. If I'd picked ally, you would have had 9. That's what you were trying to do, right?
So what if I was?
Are you serious? You would have killed me! Look! I only have 1 BP thanks to what you did earlier! You were this close to murdering me! Just admit it. You were planning to kill me so you could escape.
Don't be stupid. I knew you'd choose betray. There was...
Tell the truth!
That is the truth. Why am I the only one getting the 3rd degree here? Look at those results. 2 other people just tried to kill someone.
Fine, Dio.
Yes. If Dio had chosen ally, Phi would have killed Tenmyoji. And if she'd chosen ally, Dio would have killed her.
I don't want to be rude, but it looks like Clover and Kay tried to trick one another. Not that it seems to have worked. If either one had chosen ally, the other one would have 9 BP right now.
I turned to look at the results again. Before, I'd only been looking at my own. I hadn't realized that there was only one word all across the roster. Betray. Whatever trust we'd managed to build had fallen apart. Everyone was suspicious of everyone else. Had it been the bombs? Or had it been something else? Whatever the reason, if it kept up, we'd never manage to escape. We'd be trapped in a cycle of 0-point rounds for the rest of our lives. Until the bombs blew up. Something had to be done. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. Alright guys, pay attention. You've probably already all figured this out, but we can't keep going like this. If we don't start being a little more trusting, we're never gonna get out of here. We need to work together. I might as well have been talking to a wall.
My apologies, Sigma, but I need to think on something for a bit. I would appreciate being left alone.
Okay.
I'll be leaving too. Things are getting a little too intense here for my delicate constitution. Sorry.
Dio.
Well, in that case...
That too, Phi?
Yeah, sorry.
Without another word, she turned and left the warehouse. Dio and Kay quickly followed suit.
See? There's your answer. In the end, everyone's just thinking about themselves. So I would appreciate it if you could not treat me like I'm the only villain here. Come on, Clover. Let's go.
Hold on! I'm coming! Are you feeling okay? I was really worried, you know?
I watched them walk away, Clover practically jumping with delight to have Alice back. Yay. Before long, they reached the yellow door and disappeared beyond it.
Everyone's gone.
You aren't going to leave too?
No,
Are you sure? I chose Betray.
I know. But I still believe in you, Sigma. I think your hand must have just slipped or something. Right?
My chest hurt, and when I blinked, I felt something hot and wet prick the corners of my eyes. Luna, I bit my lip. Before I could think of anything to say, the metallic rumble of the doors closing echoed through the warehouse.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will
It's the
be
star round.
the Star Round. Star keys are required
Star key.
to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
As many times as we want, huh?
Yes, as long as we have the star keys. That means we can keep playing the AB game over and over, too. Sigma? Could you show me your bracelet?
Why?
Do you remember what Zero Jr. said?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair of solo assignments hop around a bit.
We get to hear Zero again. Yay! Yeah, I remember. Okay, let's see here. I'm a cyan pair. What about you?
I'm a magenta pair.
I wonder what the others are.
They could be anything, I suppose. We won't know until we have a look.
We've got about 80 minutes until the next set of chromatic doors open. So what should we do now?
Everyone else has gone off on their own.
Yeah. Physically and emotionally. I really don't like how this is going. It won't matter how many times we repeat the AV game if nobody trusts anybody else. We'll never be able to get out of here.
Maybe it would help if we all had a common goal. Something to unite our hearts and minds.
Yeah, but we've already got something like that. We all want to get out of here. That seems like a pretty clear goal to me, but everybody chose Betray. Including me.
Well, what if we have an enemy?
An enemy?
Yes. A common foe. Like the person who set the bombs, for instance.
After coming back from the lab, I told her about the bomb while she gave Alice and Quark the Accelavir. Otherwise it would have been kind of weird. Yeah, that might work. If we can figure out which one of us planted those bombs, then everyone else would work together against them.
Right.
But how do we figure out who it is?
Well, do you have any clues?
Clues, huh? The key? Oh, that's right! The memory card! I pulled it out of my pocket and held it out toward her.
What's this?
I told you, a memory card. It was under the bomb we found in the lab. I think whoever set the bomb dropped it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what's on it, though. We couldn't find any kind of memory card reader.
Oh. I guess we can't really use it then. Oh. Wait a sec. second. You know what? I think I might have seen something.
Huh?
Yes, I remember. The infirmary. I saw it when I was searching the
Ding
infirmary
dong.
with Theo and Quark. There was a memory card just like that one.
Then,
Yes. I think we can see what's on it. The computer there should be able to read it.
Luna and I exploded into the infirmary, nearly running into Alice, Clover, and Tenmyoji. Quark was there as well, of course, but he was just as we'd left him, asleep on the bed. Because he was a kid. Makes sense to me.
What are you doing here?
I opened my mouth to retort, but then thought better of it. If I really wanted people to start trusting each other, well, real change starts at home. As quickly as I could, I explained the second bomb in the memory card, and how we'd come to the infirmary in hopes that we could discover the contents of the latter. Because we already know the contents of the first, and it will blow up. It will be quite an explosive result.
Then stick it in already.
Whoa. That's what she said. Just as Luna had said, there was a small slot under the screen, exactly the right size to fit a memory card. Originally, it was used to solve a puzzle. This time, however, within moments, the screen was filled with what appeared to be random letters. Should I be writing this down?
6 rows, 22 letters each.
It looks like the odd rows use one set of letters, and the even rows use another set. In other words, the first 2 rows just repeat. Yeah.
Is this some kind of code or something?
It doesn't look random to me. I think there might be a pattern. I just don't know what it is.
Was there anything else on there? No, it doesn't look like it.
So all we get is this gibberish? Hey Alice, you haven't said anything for a while. What's up?
Does any of this look familiar to you, Clover?
What do you mean?
Have you seen something like this before? Maybe during your training?
Training?
This is...
So you do recognize it.
All right, knock it off, you two. How about you share it with the rest of the class?
Alice sighed and stretched her neck from side to side.
I believe this is an encoded message from a terrorist organization.
What?
What?
They call themselves the Myrmidons.
Myrmidons. For some reason, I felt like I'd heard that name before.
What are the Myrmidons?
Put simply, they're a bunch of thugs who are trying to destroy or dismantle most of human civilization.
So this thing we're looking at, you think it's theirs?
Well, they have a number of different codes, but I do think this is one of them.
Then the bomb? It was set by one of the Myrmidons, wasn't it?
Yes. Well, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems likely.
Damn, I have got a ton of questions for you. But let me start with this one. What the heck does that thing say?
I don't know.
What?
How am I supposed to decode it? I don't have the key. Without a key, it would take literally hundreds of years to decode.
What about you, Clover?
Well, if Alice doesn't know how, I sure don't.
See,
Not much we can do then. We can come back to that code stuff later. I've got another question. Alice, Clover, who the hell are you? Why do you know about this code?
That's...
You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of the state or something like that. What the hell kind of a job is that? I think it's time you told us what you do.
Sorry, but I can't.
Why not?
Because you might be one of them. You might be the person who set the bomb.
That's idiotic! Of course I'm not.
Really? And where's your proof? For all I know, you're my enemy. I can't tell you anything.
I'm not your enemy! I'm your ally! I'm your friends! I just want all of us to get out of here! Just please tell us! Please. We need to find out who did this so we can all escape. We have too little information. We need your help. Fine. If you won't tell us about yourself, then just tell us about the Myrmidons. What else do you know about them?
I'm sorry.
Before I could blink, she'd leapt up and run out of the room. What a bitch. Hey, wait, Alice! I took off after her.
How long are you going to keep following me?
Until you tell me what you know.
Then why don't you just ask Clover?
Clover?
You already know she works with me.
Well, yeah.
Why don't you...
I wanted to hear from you.
Why?
That's a good question. Remember the crew quarters or this garden? We got paired up for 2 separate rounds. That means I've spent more time with you than anybody else here. For some fucking reason. Maybe that's it. I guess I'm just curious about you.
What are you talking about?
Suddenly romance. She spun around to hide it, but I caught a blush of red on her cheeks. We walked down the path to where it ended, next to the pond. Is the key the thing on the gravestone? I stayed silent. Alice sat down on the bench and we gazed at the smooth surface of the pond for several long minutes before she began to speak. Story time.
You don't hate me?
What? Why?
I tried to kill you.
You mean in the AB game?
Yes. I was so scared. Who wouldn't be? Kidnapped and locked up, forced to play some sort of bizarre game. And then we found that bomb. I know I probably sounded calm, but as soon as we found that thing, all I wanted to do was run away from it as fast as I could. Things just went downhill from there.
What do you mean?
I remember hearing that Quark had collapsed and running to the infirmary with everyone else. When I got there, I realized I couldn't understand what anyone was saying. And everything looked... I don't know how to describe it. It was like watching a video on fast forward, only it was real. Then I started to feel like... It's hard to explain. I guess you could say I didn't feel like I was myself, and it only got worse.
That was probably the Radical 6.
Yes, I think so. I don't remember much after that. But when I woke up in the infirmary, suddenly all that fear was back. So all I could think about was getting out of this place as fast as I could. It never even crossed my mind that it could kill you. God help me, even if it had, I don't think I would have cared. See? I'm horrible. You hate me, don't you? Just do it!
Do
Kill
what?
me. Get it over with!
What the hell, Alice? I'm not gonna kill you. I don't even hate you.
You're lying! I could have killed you. I would have killed you.
Come on, calm down. No one's killing anyone. This is good music, by the way. A single tear rolled down Alice's cheek. It's really hard to take her seriously with that getup, though. Then another and another, leaving shining lines across her face. This is getting really weird. When I reached out, I saw her tense just slightly. Slowly, I brushed my thumb across her cheek and off, taking her tears with it. Okay, dude, you're getting a little. You're getting a little.
Doing this. You know, you kind of remind me of my father.
That's who you were after, right? The people who killed your dad? The Myrmidons?
Yes.
Did they have anything to do with the Myrmidons?
Will you promise not to tell Clover that I cried?
Come on.
If you keep your mouth shut, I'll tell you what you want to know. About myself. And about the Myrmidons. Deal?
Easiest interrogation ever. Sure, my lips are sealed.
Really?
What? What crying? I don't remember any crying.
Good. Alright then.
Alice took a deep breath and began. And oh boy, strap in people, because I feel like we're about to go for a wild ride. My father is Egyptian, but my mother is French. They met while my mother was in Egypt on vacation, and married shortly thereafter. When I was 3, we all moved to the US. My father was a scientist, and his field was cloning. He was recruited by an American lab, which was why we moved. Both of my parents had used English around me from the time I was born, so I didn't have any problems adapting to life in the United States. By my 9th birthday, we'd been there for 6 years. That was when it happened. In the middle of the day, my mother showed up at school. Her eyes were red and puffy, but she didn't say anything to me on the drive home. When we arrived, there were several policemen there to meet us. My father had always been a very punctual man, and when dinner time came and went with no sign of him, even I began to realize something terrible had happened. That's gotta suck for a 9-year-old girl. It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. My father's lab had been attacked by terrorists, and he had been kidnapped. For the rest of my childhood, my mother raised me by herself. I didn't realize it then, but it must have been incredibly difficult for her, as a single mother alone in a country where any relatives were a transatlantic flight away. She did her best not to let me see it, but every so often, when she thought she was alone, the mask would fall away, and in every line of her face, I could see exhaustion and loneliness. As much as I missed my father, it was those moments that made me wish more than anything that he'd never been taken. Fortunately, I was an excellent student and did especially well in math. I earned a full-ride scholarship, straight out of high school, and spent the next several years studying. You were truly your father's daughter then, eh? After graduation, I took a job with the Department of Defense, hoping that they might have the resources to help me look for my father. I was immediately assigned to the Special Office of Internal Security. Their purpose is to investigate and sometimes deal with terrorist organizations and other serious threats to the state. So where does Clover fit into all this? I could tell that my mother wasn't happy about my decision, but she chose to remain silent about it. She's still alive, right? Eventually, I learned that the terrorist organization that had taken my father was none other than the Myrmidons, although at the time that name didn't mean anything to me. They were suspected of human cloning. Specifically, it was thought that they had been using cloning techniques to copy their most useful members and expand their ranks. I'm trying to remember what a Myrmidon is off the top of my head. The Myrmidons apparently believed that they could use cloning to create a new race of humans. I know it's an ancient Greek thing. Now at last, I knew the reason for my father's abduction. The commander of the Myrmidons is a man named Left. It's a pretty stupid name, isn't it? We know his name and his gender, but not his appearance or his age. The Myrmidons are closely associated with the cult known as Free the Soul. We believe that Free the Soul provides their funding. But trying to pin any kind of misdeeds on the cult's leader, a man named Brother, is like trying to nail Jello to a wall. Brother is supposed to be fairly advanced in years, and rumors say he's so old he can't even get out of bed. Unfortunately, his mind seems to be as sharp as ever. At that point, I hit a wall. I knew the Myrmidons had been behind my father's kidnapping, but that was all I could learn about them. Then one day I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. I headed out immediately. On the way there, my car had some engine trouble and stalled out. I was trying to decide what to do when an SUV appeared out of nowhere. We finally get the answer. I'll give you one guess who was behind the steering wheel. Clover was driving, I think. Clover. That was the first time we met. There were 4 other people in the car with her. When I asked them what they were doing, I got what was just about the last answer I'd expected. There was also one tied up in the trunk with a tape over his mouth. It was kind of weird. They told me they'd been locked up inside of the very building I'd been on my way to investigate, that they were currently in pursuit of the people who'd kidnapped them in the first place. June and Santa, if I remember correctly. My priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. I told them I was a secret government agent and they bought it. My hope was to find the people they were chasing, who I was certain were Myrmidons. In the end, however, we were unable to track them down. In fact, I still don't know where they might have gone. Mythological ant people. A king asked Zeus for as many people as there are ants, so Zeus made the ants into people. Got it! Eventually, I took Clover and her companions to SOIS headquarters. We decided that involving the police would only complicate things. After some questioning, it was determined that the people who had instigated this particular event were not connected to the Myrmidons. We did, however, discover that the mysterious disappearance and subsequent reappearance of several children 9 years prior was connected to Free the Soul. I could believe it. There was also a 6th person in the SUV, although they weren't, riding in it per se. A middle-aged man, who I'll just call H for now. I'm gonna call him Ace. Had been bound and placed in the trunk. According to the other four, he had been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. Honmyoji? No, his name isn't related to Tenmyoji. We also learned that his pharmaceutical company, a major player on the world stage, was effectively controlled by Free the Soul. This shit's getting deep. More specifically, I suppose, H was a member of Free the Soul, and very committed to their cause. So what was all that talk about morphogenetic field theory? So why had he kidnapped all those children? Apparently it had been part of an experiment designed to test the ability of certain people to access what's called the morphogenetic field. Apparently Sigma can do that. He is the main character of a Zero Escape game, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I don't imagine you've ever heard of it before, so I'll try and give you a quick rundown. Ah, but I have. Simply put, these people can access a sort of field that allows their consciousness to resonate with the consciousness of certain other people. Sigma and Phi, perhaps? To be honest, it might be simpler to just call it telepathy. The SOIS had heard of this particular ability before, and had actually used it in a number of investigations, so I wasn't surprised to learn of its existence. I was shocked, however, to learn that these experiments had been carried out by a member of the Free the Soul. If that was the case, then Brother must have known about it. Every time we say Brother, I think of Final Fantasy X. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness that power was terrifying, and so my mental image is that guy. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tip about the Myrmidons crossed my desk. This time, it claimed that the Myrmidons had intended to launch a large-scale biological terrorist attack. Radical 6. My bosses decided that we needed more agents to deal with a threat of that magnitude, and Clover was recruited. You know, Clover. That 100% idiot. Because she'd been a test subject in Nature's experiment, we knew she had the ability to access the morphogenetic field. We wanted to put that ability to use. Wouldn't you need Snake for that, though? After several months of training, she was sent on her first mission. She would be tasked with the infiltration and investigation of a Myrmidon cloning lab. I was assigned to be her commanding officer. I hoped our investigation might also give me a lead on my father's whereabouts. So how do you know he's dead? At last I had a chance to find out what had happened to him. Oh. This is probably going to answer my question. I wouldn't let that chance pass me by. Perhaps that was what kept me from noticing the truth. The whole operation was a trap. The lab was fake, and Clover was captured almost immediately. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived, the building was only an empty shell. All of the conspirators who had pretended to be researchers and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover until at last in a basement room I found her. She had been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body. It was my father. He looked as if he'd just been dumped there, and when I got to him his body was already cold. He was covered in dark, ugly bruises. It wasn't until later that I learned he had died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding. They had beaten him to death with 1,000,000 baseballs. As soon as Clover had been captured, a Myrmidon in a mask had come to visit her. He'd said that unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone and tell her masters at the SOIS to do likewise. In retrospect, they must have known who I was and who my father was. That was why they'd killed him. Perhaps they thought they were sending a message to me. Or that once he was gone, I'd lose my reason for chasing them. They were very, very wrong. I took Clover with me and left. Should I call Alice Primrose from now on? I tried to console myself with the fact that I had at least been able to save her. Sometime later, I received a call from the coroner. He told me there was something I needed to see. There in the morgue was my father, cold and pale on a steel table. I could barely stand to look at him, but the coroner insisted. On his arm were 2 rows of numbers comprised of 8s and 9s. It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. Considering it was etched into his arm, he'd carved them into his own skin. On his chest was another message, but they were letters this time and not numbers. Not many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice. I broke down crying right there in the morgue. They were the first tears I'd shed since the operation had started. There was no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness. Not for the monsters who'd put my father through this. Excuse me. They destroyed my family. I would make them pay even if I had to die to do it. And that night I made a promise to myself. I would avenge my father. It didn't take long to figure out that the numbers he'd written were latitude and longitude. They pointed to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was the mother lode we'd been looking for, the headquarters of the Myrmidons. I think my father must have known how things would turn out. Knowing he was going to die, he'd written the directions to our enemy's fortress on his own body. He'd sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time our operation would succeed. This time I wouldn't let my excitement put Clover or any of my other agents in danger. So we took our time, we gathered information, we did our research, and we planned. Finally, we were ready. December 25th, 2028 was going to be the day we finally set foot inside the Myrmidon stronghold. But then on the 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared. And I'm sure you can guess the rest. So you inhaled that gas, passed out, and woke up here in the AB room.
Yes. Well, there it is. Everything that's happened with the Myrmidons and me. I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea.
Yeah, thanks. She gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up.
We should go back.
Not yet. Your story explained a lot, but there's still one big question.
Which is?
Who here is a Myrmidon? One of us planted the bombs. And based off the code we found, it's pretty clear that the person is a Myrmidon. Right?
Yes.
And I agree that we need to figure out who they are.
What do you propose we do?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Do you have any clues?
Clues? Well, if I could decrypt that code, it might tell us something, but...
How can we do that?
I told you. We need a key. Without that, it's pointless.
What's a key?
A key is a key. It allows you to sort of unlock a code. Myrmidons usually use this huge string of numbers as a key.
Wait, a long string of numbers? Could that be... I mean, you know, we got a lot of backstory about Alice. Oh, you mother... Alright, well, apparently we're looking for a long string of numbers somewhere. Because I don't believe we've come across anything like that yet. At least not that I can recall. Otherwise, it would probably not be to be continued, so, you know. Okay, well, that was very informative. I guess now we'll actually start betraying people, yeah? Where do we start? That's the question. Well, since this path led me here, maybe continuing along it will give me some answers. So, let's betray Alice. Boop! Vote has been recorded. Please wait. Yeah, it actually explains pretty much everything that happened at the end of 999 when we saw her hitchhiking. So, it was pretty interesting. As Vi and I stepped out of the AB room, I could see the others running toward the projection, shoving and pushing to get closer.
Well, you chose what I wanted you to choose. I guess I should say thanks. So, thanks.
Oh, come on. You don't need to do that. I just made the obvious choice.
Obvious?
Well, I'm sure Alice chose Betray. That meant we pretty much had to choose Betray, right?
How do you know what she's going to choose?
I guess you could say I just know.
Are you making fun of me?
Maybe.
Yo, what's up?
Siggy! Fido! Man, I've missed you, Zero. You're my favorite character in this game.
About to announce the results.
She betrays you every time, apparently.
Find out if you made the right choice.
Alright. Only way she wouldn't, I think, is if you had Clover with you.
Good. Looks like you're all here. Finally.
I can't remember the other results or even the other teams, though.
The next game! Round 1! The results!
If everyone would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
Betray ally. Ally. Betray. What? No! You can't. No! That's not. No! Come on! That's bullshit!
Here are the results from your game. Now,
Son of a
let us
bitch.
check the numbers
But-
on our bracelets.
I knew it would pull something like that at some point. It's like, you think you know the future, huh? Yeah, nah, bro. Hey, Alice! What the hell's this?
What?
You chose betray last time! So I chose betray too! No, why?
Wait a minute. Last time? What on earth are you talking about?
Wait, can you tell me one thing?
What?
When exactly did you press the button?
5 minutes before the deadline. There's that announcement, right? I pressed it right after that. Why?
What? No, that can't. What was going on? When Finite chose Ally, Alice picked Betray.
I just made the most rational choice. The best way to minimize
Well,
risk
I
and
think I
maximize
fallen into a
participation is to
rabbit
choose
hole,
betray.
as they say.
Anyone who thinks otherwise is, well, an idiot.
But this time I chose Betray and her vote changed to Ally. But why? What was different? Had history somehow changed because of my choice? What do you know, Sigma? No, that was insane. If Alice had somehow known that I had chosen Betray and chosen Ally in response, at least that would have followed the principle of cause and effect. So what if you chose Betray the first time you did this? But what had just happened was something entirely different. There was no way Alice could have known what we would choose when she made her decision. Besides, if she had known what we intended to betray her, there's no way she would have chosen Ally. In other words, she must have made her decision without any knowledge of ours. Okay, let's say we're talking about a game of rock, paper, scissors. This is where we sit here and think about it to ourselves. I throw out a rock. Right after that, Alice throws down paper. Obviously, I lose. So I go back in time and decide to whip out the scissors this time. This time, Alice chooses rock. I lose again. But that's fine, because it still makes sense. How? My actions in the past caused Alice's actions in the future. Easy! But what had just happened in the AB game wasn't like that. Let's go back to that innocent game of rock, paper, scissors. Can we not? This time, Alice is the one who threw out her hand first. I mean, my brain hurts, so... But in this situation, there's no way for me to know what it is. So I decided to go with rock. Now Alice's choice is revealed. Turns out she went with... scissors? Paper. Paper. Damn it! I lose and I'm pissed off. So once again, I go back in time to try and change history and erase my loss. What will I choose this time? Scissors, obviously. It's not even a question. Scissors, obviously. After all, last time Alice went with paper. Oh, I bet if you did betray, it would follow along the same kind of route. And then if you go back and choose Ally because Alice allied, then it would be like, oh, she betrayed you. Oh my god. Here's the important part. When I make this choice, Alice has already made her choice. Sure of my victory, I throw out a pair of scissors, but... what the hell? My rage would be white hot. How could this have happened? Why? Alice's hand had been paper before. How did it change to rock? Obviously, there's no cause and effect here. Since Alice's choice was in the past, and mine was in the future, how could that even happen? How could the future influence the past? But it wasn't theoretical now. This had actually happened. What the hell was going on? No, wait. Wait. Why the fuck was I talking so casually about going back in time? That kind of stuff doesn't happen in real life. Right. Of course. Time travel's impossible. There is absolutely, positively no way to travel through time. I think. But if that was true...
The best way to minimize risk and maximize reward in this situation is to choose betray. Anyone who thinks otherwise is, well, an idiot.
An idiot.
Hey, did you have a stroke or something?
Oh, sorry.
Besides, why do I have to answer your questions? I should be the one yelling at you. Because of you two, I've only got one BP left.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right. What in God's name is wrong with you?
What is God's name? I'm sorry. Really, I seriously feel terrible about this.
Forget it. I'm never going to trust you or Phi again.
Oh shit.
For this.
Al stormed off. Well, she threw one last hurt, scornful look over her shoulder as she left. It stabbed me right through the heart. My very confused, very poor, worn-out heart. Okay, one of the other teams seemed to be dealing with a similar issue.
I really don't know what I can say. We had no idea you would choose Ally.
No way I'd choose Betray. I'm with Clover on the other side.
What? What do you mean?
Do you have an interest in Clover?
What? No, that's not... No.
What is it then?
Well...
You'd have to be crazy to pick Ally. The only way it'd make any sense to do that is if you really, really trusted the other person.
So you're saying you don't trust me then?
Duh! Are you senile? Why the hell would I trust some old geezer I just met a few hours ago?
I see. Say no more. Didn't think it'd hurt this much.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? You're starting to get kind of creepy.
Creepy, huh? I understand. I guess I just haven't had enough time to earn your trust.
I suppose you could say that. I just didn't really expect you to be so nice about it.
Well, looks like those guys managed to get through this all right. Figure that means the fault here's gotta be mine.
Huh?
What does Tenmyoji know?
Thank you very much.
Tenmyoji truly is him.
Don't worry about it. We only did what anybody else would do. Right, Mr. Dio?
Yeah. Exactly.
Dio, Quark, and Luna, on the other hand, seem to have resolved things amicably by all choosing Ally. Yay, for them. Well, that happened last time, so it's not a surprise. No doubt we were all wishing we'd done the same. But why had Dio sounded so awkward? What had happened in the AP room? Only Dio and Quark knew for sure. Quark is really suspicious, but at the same time he can't be immune
Zero,
on.
when does the next round start?
What makes you think we'll be having another round?
Well, you said round 1. If there's a round
Wait, I
1,
thought Al
there's
stormed
likely
off.
a round 2.
Besides,
Boop! As much fun as this explanation was the first 2 times, or 3, or 6, continuing on. Oh, shit. Our assignments were... Okay, well... Oh, are they the same as last time? Okay, this This will probably all also be the same. Yep.
What are you doing here?
Oh. Still mad, huh?
Obviously.
Oh, come on now, you don't have to get your panties in a bunch.
That's easy for you to say, Dio. You're sitting pretty at 5 BP. Tenmyoji and I only have 1. You do understand what that means, don't you?
That's no reason to take your anger out on people. You won't get your BP back by being a jerk to him.
What's this? You're gonna take his side? I thought you, of all people, would agree with me.
I do.
No, you don't. You don't get it. Why would you care? You've got, what, maybe 5 years left, maybe less? I'm not like you. I'm still young.
Wow, that's
I
hurtful.
want to live a long life. There's so many things I still want to do.
Like what?
Well, let's see. I want to wear lots of gorgeous clothes. I want to eat tons of delicious food and fall in love.
What an idiot.
Excuse me?
And I was going to take your side, but after that load of horse shit, you're on your own.
Ugh. Look. Let me try this again. I'm frustrated. But there really is something important I have to do.
It's just like that one line. Okay. Because I was like, this is all starting to sound familiar. I think I'll head to the crew quarters.
Right. Later, bro.
Okay. I headed out of the infirmary. For some reason, it's not skipping.
Oh, Sigma.
There we go. Okay. I was like, eventually this will start, like... Was that true, though? Was that really the first time I'd heard it? I think I'm making poor Sigma lose his mind. I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd heard Radical 6 somewhere before. But where? And why?
If it is true, then I were...
Oh, this bomb. I'd seen this before, too. Yup. Okay, moving on. That song sounds straight out of Phoenix Wright. I'm cool with that. Phoenix Wright is awesome. I should play Ace Attorney Investigations 2 sometime. I'll add it to my list.
Chromatic doors have opened.
Oh, it stopped there. That's good. Let's see. Action platformer. Well, not quite, but Ace Attorney. Well, I can't really play that for a stream or a recording or anything like that because I never showed the first game. Yeah, I guess I'll just play it for myself then. It's fine. I mean, I did the same thing with Danganronpa though. Yeah, screw it, I'll add it. I'm gonna play it. Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Okay. Sorry about that interruption. Just have to write these things down before I forget them because I have a terrible memory. I don't know what it is.
5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
Hey, the doors are open.
We need to figure out who's gonna go through which door.
Well, what are your options? What are our options this time?
Pay attention. I'm only saying this once.
Okay.
Just like the last time, we've got 3 possible combinations.
I quickly laid out our choices. Option A. Luna and I blah 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 blah. No? Okay. Pair up with Clover. Tenmyoji and Dio go with Alice. That'll probably be what we have to do this time. Kay and Quark pair with Phi. Because everyone's satisfied with that. So I need to go through the green door is what it said? Okay. Luna and I pair up with Phi and go through the red door. Oh, that actually works too, actually. Yeah. No, because Clover and Tenmyoji are opposite. Damn. Well, we can't pair with Alice this time, though. Yeah, actually, what stops us from pairing with Phi? Because we wouldn't betray each other. Yeah, this should be fine. Okay. So we'll head through the red door. I freaking love the Danganronpa music. It's great.
3 minutes.
I wonder if it's the same composer. I'll have to look that up.
Doors closed.
I'm pretty sure I have before, but like I said, my memory is terrible. Okay, how do we want to do this?
Well, you decided the first time, right?
Yeah.
Then can I decide this time?
Why you?
I think I deserve it. I only have one BP left. Doesn't it seem like the fair thing is to let the person who's at the greatest disadvantage choose? Wouldn't you agree?
That means you should get to choose too. I mean, you've only got one BP, right?
You've got a point. But how about we listen to what Alice wants first? So tell us, which door and which people do you want?
The green door. And I want to go with Kay and Quark.
I see.
This is
Option
good.
B, then. That means Tenmyoji and Dio will go with Clover through the blue door. Is that alright with you, Tenmyoji?
Yeah, sure. I don't mind.
Why? If we go through there together, that means you'll be playing against me in the next AB game. Are you really, really sure?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Matter of fact, that's why I want to go with you.
She wouldn't betray you twice in a row. It says we have two options here.
You said you didn't trust me, right? Well, I'd like to change your mind. I figure this will give me the chance. I've been wanting to pair up with Alice, too. There's something I want to talk to you about.
Oh. And that is?
We'll get to that later.
He's brother!
Anyway,
Oh my
Alice's
God!
first choice would be option B then?
Yes.
Because they said he was advanced in age. I didn't think about
What about
that.
the rest of you? Is that okay too?
But that doesn't make sense. I thought about it for a moment. Well, if I went with option B, then wouldn't I go through the red door with Phi? This is the easiest choice ever. As far as how I felt about that. Heck yeah. Yeah, that's
I
fine.
don't have any problems with it.
There were no objections.
Then we're all set. Let's go, everybody.
10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close.
Something doesn't fit though.
8, 7.
Okay, let's say he's the leader of the cult. What is Quark then? Is Quark his clone? No, that doesn't make any sense. We nodded quickly to one another and split up. Kay, Quark, and Alice headed for the green door, while Tenmyoji, Dio, and Clover ran toward the blue one. My feet slapped against the hard metal of the warehouse floor, and Luna, Phi, and I ran to the red chromatic door and the next stage of the Nonary game. I agree. That's always the best part.
1, 0.
Zero Escape is a great series
Chromatic doors
so far.
closing.
Hopefully the third game does better than whatever Danganronpa 3 does. Because everyone keeps lamenting to me about how much they hate the ending, and I'm just like, please stop talking to me about it. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do the streams for,
All All 3 doors seem to be locked.
.hack GU and Dongon 3, but I'll figure it out. Is this a dead end?
Yeah, looks like it.
I wonder what this thing is.
It looks like the thing next to the number 9 door.
It's got a lever. Try pulling it, Sigma.
Why should I?
It might be dangerous. Maybe it'll trigger an explosion. Or possibly it shocks you when you pull it. Who knows?
Right. Then I have no choice. Did you really think I'd say that, you heartless monster? Something you need to play twice to appreciate. Oh, okay. There's something on either side, is there?
Supposed to mean?
Sorry for the confusion. I was talking about your breasts. Hold on!
It's called dressing modestly. I'll have you know I'm a C-cup.
Oh, well, that's good to know. There's nothing on either side, is there? What's that supposed to mean? I was talking about your breasts. Was that a weird translation? Because that didn't make any sense. Well, if you're a C-cup, I'm packing 12 inches. We continued in that vein for some time, until Luna just decided to fucking pull it. Because this is a stupid conversation. Huh?
It sounded like you two might take a while, so I pulled the lever. Is that okay?
Only the one on the left opened.
The others are still shut tight.
Well, we should get going anyway.
I'm curious to see if this is a different room, or if we're about to head into one we've already... And the Luna's response. Oh yeah, this is definitely a different one. This is the treatment center. Okay. Time for a puzzle! What is this place?
It looks like some kind of control room.
Speaking of puzzles, I will say Lady Layton, or Layton's Mystery Journey, as it's known in the US.
Maybe a generator?
Not great. I don't know. I'm just not enjoying the fact that it's split up into a bunch of mini cases, I guess. Right, well, let's split up and look around.
We need cards with the moon on them for the next AP game, right?
Yeah. They're probably in this room somewhere. I mean, I like Catriel, don't get me wrong, but
started.
I don't know. I just don't like the structure of it. Like, it doesn't feel like there are stakes to it, like in the other Layton games, where, you know, it felt like we were trapped in the future or something like that. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's see. I mean, no one's even freaking died yet. And someone may not, all game. It is only rated E, isn't it? E10? Well, that's something, I guess. Okay, so the treatment center. We've never been here before. Well, not for a puzzle. Wait, this isn't the treatment center. What the crap is that thing? What is that thing? An octopus? That's a pretty big octopus! Yeah, it'd take us all our lives to eat something that big. Don't eat it. I think that maybe that's an annihilation reactor. Annihilation? You mean like that bomb? Yes. The core of the annihilation bomb would work on the same principles. How do you know this? You're more than just some nurse. I think Fi knows a lot more about these things, though. Well, I wouldn't say that. I've just picked up a few tidbits of information here and there. Tidbits, huh? If it is what Luna thinks, it should be pretty simple. There's going to be a bunch of matter and antimatter in there. Probably hydrogen and antihydrogen, bumping into one another. When they do annihilate one another, that's where you get the name, and release a bunch of energy. You can actually calculate how much energy by taking the mass effect and... Okay, so the bombs and the things are about yay big, and this thing is... God, stop! Too complicated! Okay, you're saying that octopus thing is a machine that runs off annihilation energy, right? Well, machine is a weird way to put it. It's more like an engine, like a steam engine or an internal combustion engine, just better. All of the electricity in this facility is generated by Mr. Octopus. So that would make this room... Yes, this is Mr. Octopus's control room. I see. So we're in the control room. Oh, yeah, it says that right there, doesn't it? Okay. So let's take a look around. Well, we've got the safe there. This thing says 11,400 seconds. A red clock. It says 11,400 sec on the face, and not sure why. Binder, something that looks like a matchbook. A protractor. Okay. Looks like there's something in the blue box. Let's see what it is. It's a compass. Okay. I now have a compass and a protractor. So, we're going to be doing some geometry. Lovely. A cardboard box filled with complicated machinery. Do you think we can use it? I don't even know what it is. So the answer is probably no, not really. A blue clock. It says 510 min on the face. Well, that's a long time. We'll come back to those. There's a small hole in what looks like it. That looks like it was made with a needle. Were you thinking about putting the compass needle in that hole? Yeah. The compass doesn't spread though. I don't think you can draw a circle like that. Oh. What if we combine them? Yes! Why does that expand the compass? I'm confused. Okay, well, screw it. Well, the sheet is on and off written on a bunch of times. There's a tiny hole in the middle of the paper that looks like it was made with a needle. So I just put the compass needle in here. Okay. Interesting. So you use the compass to make a circle. And now the circle touches specific words. Maybe those words are a clue. Off, on, off, on, off, off. Okay. What does that tell me, though? What's this? It's got all these pipes. Look at the black and yellow lever. It says power under it. Do you think this tubing has electrical cables in it or something? Maybe flipping these levers will let us change the amount of electrical current. What would that accomplish? I don't know. Well, I'm guessing the power lever is the source. Might as well give it a... Wait! Don't get ahead of yourself. Look at the 320. Oh. The lever's missing. Without a replacement lever, I don't think we'll be able to do anything. Okay. What is this thing? It's huge. I would guess it's used to analyze things. Looks like it's missing a part, though. I can't move. Oh. This is just a black screen, and that's what they'll tell me, so we'll just continue onwards. This looks like it's the control panel. It's covered with screens and buttons and so on and so forth. Is that the entire control panel? Oh, hello. Test. Test clipboard. There's a piece of paper on that clipboard. It says test. Each letter's written in a different color. The T is green, E is blue, S is yellow, and the second T is pink. They all look like they've been written with a highlighter. A laptop. It's got something on the screen. It's the letter T. Huh. Did you see that thing plugged into the side of the laptop? Yeah, it looks like a memory stick. I don't think this is a memory card. What? Unless I missed my guess, it's actually a portable scanner. See, there's a thin slit on the end. Just wave that part over any images or text you want to scan. Then you can just plug it back into the laptop. And look at whatever you scanned. Neat! The screen changed. Do you think it's because you pulled that thing out? Oh, hey, the screen's blue now. This is... looks like a password. Think this is the panel for the safe? I assume so. Wait, that was it? That was the easiest thing ever. You just have to pick up the clipboard, scan the thing, and boom, there it is. Oh, that's for the gold file. Well, okay. So we've got to scan something else with it. Some cardboard boxes. There's some machinery inside, but we don't know what it's for. Looks like there's a few different books here. We've got some sort of dense technical thing and a novel. Doesn't look like there are any clues here, though. Might as well open the safe. Okay, so we've got... Moon, star, star. Okay. A safe. It looks like the ones I saw in the AB room in the infirmary. So if we put in a password, it should open. Looks like it works the same, too. What was it? Oh, okay. Completed! Piece of cake! Now we can look up some more secret files. Already had that one. Already had that one. This one. Let's see. For some reason, Sigma, or perhaps the author, seems to be unnaturally obsessed with swimsuits. Why is that? Was he involved in this horrible swimsuit accident in his youth? Did he have a crush in high school on a girl on the swim team who put her Olympic aspirations ahead of any possible romance? Is he just a perv? The world may never know. This device can be used in an emergency to deactivate the antimatter bombs throughout the facility. It doesn't really have any official name. Sometimes it's called the designated computer terminal, but sometimes it's just called the input device. The device has a small QWERTY keyboard beneath a LCD display, and on the top is a large black cable, which can be attached to the bomb you wish to deactivate. Entering the correct password on the screen will stop the detonation. We've never seen this thing before, ever. Antimatter reactor. In a general sense, an antimatter reactor is a system that generates electricity for matter-antimatter reactions. This facility uses hydrogen and antihydrogen. The reactions power a turbine, which generates energy and powers everything in the facility. Looks like a gigantic octopus, but it's definitely not edible, no matter how you cook it. Did freaking Monokuma write these? A particular type of antimatter, normal hydrogen atoms, have one proton and one electron, but an antihydrogen atom has the opposite, one antiproton and one positron. In November 2010, the blah 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 blah, read it if you wish. Okay. TNT is often used as a reference point. Probably better off saving them for the end. You know. I know E equals MC squared, what's with the thing in the back? And 63 terajoules is a crap ton of energy. Okay. Well, that was fun. Moving on. Let's see, we have these binders. These look promising. Let's see here. Damn, I can't understand any of this. Is this some kind of code? Does this have anything useful? Well, so much for that. This locker looks like the one in the crew quarters. Even the puzzle panel looks similar. Let's see here. Okay. Remember this? We're gonna wipe that. Okay, back up. Huh, I don't get it. There are 4 spots I need to fill. If I put in the right numbers and press enter, it should unlock. 11,400. Okay, I'm gonna cheat and use a calculator because I don't feel like that's cheating. In fact, I'll use my phone for it so I don't have to click off the screen. Calculator. Okay, so 11,400 divided by 60 gives us 190 minutes. So, red clock. 190 190 minutes. And 190 minutes divided by 60 again gives us 3.16 hours. Am I doing that right? Three and 2/3 hours. God, I hope I can read that later. Okay. Alright. Then we slowly make our way over here. Alright, this already has 510 minutes on it, so we just type 510. Oh my god, that's neon. Minutes. And then divide that by 60. I might use my fake calculator. And that gives us 8.5. Minutes into an hour, right? Yeah, okay. So what are these numbers then? Because they don't make any sense in terms of what I just wrote. H lit up. Is it not hours and minutes? Hold up. Both of these clocks are sitting at 12 o'clock. So if you if you did something different instead, say I needed those numbers. God dang it. Okay, hold on. So 11,400 seconds divided by 60 divided by 60 is 3 and 0.16. About 3 hours and some change. 0.16. Hold on. I think I need to write this one out. Okay, 190. Whoops, that's great. 190 divided by 60. 3 makes 180. You have 10 left over. Put 100, and that lets you put 0.0. And 60 goes into 100 once. So 0.1. No, but that doesn't give me fractions. How do I get fractions? I can't remember. Do I multiply 0.16 by 12? Guess how long it's been since I've been in school? 2? 2 minutes? Doesn't make any dang sense. 3.16667. I'm an idiot. If 180, or if 190 and you take 180 out of it, that's 3 hours. Then you add 10, that's 10 minutes. So 310. Okay. I'm glad I figured that one out. Alright, so if you take this one... Take 510 divided by 60, that gives you 8.5. Which makes it 830. The numbers still don't match, though. Oh, wait. If I add 12 to each of these, it makes 15 and a number that still doesn't fit, though. 22 or 20. I forgot how this code worked. 310. 8. 4 plus 2 is... 4 plus 2 is 8? No, 2 plus 6 is 8. And 30, which would be this one. No? Maybe it's not 310. I don't know what else would be, though. 13 and 17 are clearly there only to make 30. I've got the minutes wrong. Doesn't make sense though. If 180 minutes goes into an hour, 10 left over would just make 10, wouldn't it? I've got them backwards! Hello. You're an idiot. Okay. 8, 30, and 310. Okay, yeah, that's why. I didn't realize the blue one was first. You did it! It unlocked! See if you can open it. Wow, those are some intense colors. What is that thing? I think it's a root system from a tree. What? Come on, no tree has rainbow roots. I don't think it looks like that naturally. They probably painted it. It's pretty ugly. I agree. So what am I supposed to do with it? I'm sure it'd make a delightful souvenir, but I don't think I'd make it past customs. Maybe you're supposed to put it somewhere. Like? Well, on that machine, perhaps? Oh, yeah, duh. Okay. I knew that. Boop. I think I could put that rainbow-colored root here. Okay. I did it. Now what? This doesn't feel right. I think we're missing something. All I have left is this test clipboard. I'm pretty sure it's not that. That's a tall screen. I don't think it's turned on. Maybe it can't get power for some reason. Are those shelves? No? Okay. Did I miss some shelves somewhere in the room? Because that seems to be what usually happens. Not that I saw. Doesn't look like there's anything useful. The safe box, the clock. These are all wrapped in PP bands. PP bands? Rope made of polypropylene. Found a clipboard with a bunch of colored numbers on it, so... Look at the screen. Huh, it changed. Huh? That's weird. This is the paper with the numbers on it, right? It only shows 4 digits, though. Well, if we read them in the direction of the arrow, then we get 7213. 7213. Okay. I'm going the wrong way. But I'm kind of stuck with it now. This one. This locker looks like the ones in the crew quarters. Even the puzzle panel looks similar. Well, let's figure out how this works first. Oh my god, my brain hurts. Alright. So, 7. Well, the easiest way would be to add 2 and 5. Oh, okay. Cool. Next would be 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 0 plus 2 would be 2. 1. 2 divided by 2. And a 3. Yes, yes. 3 would be 1 plus 2. There we go. I didn't use most of the multiplication and division panels. Excellent, unlocked! Good work, now open it up. Got it, okay. Swap, swap, swap. Slip a lip. Huh, looks like it would fit. Here we go. Perfect! Now that we attach the missing part, it should work. Oh wait, something's not right. What's wrong? I pressed the power button, but nothing's happening. Maybe it doesn't have enough power. It's always missing something. That means I still need the thing for this. Folded cardboard boxes, they're wrapped with something called a PP band. I am very mature. Folded cardboard boxes. Cardboard boxes. Cardboard boxes. Cardboard boxes. Cardboard boxes. Papers. I've got them both open now. That doesn't do me jack though. It's missing a lever. It's got to be on this panel then. There's only one thing I saw that looked like it was out of place. And that's this lever right here. Oh! Oh, hold on. Hey, I think you can move these. Oh, you're right. It says off on the top and on the bottom. Okay. And I noticed that one's a different color, so... we're solving it. Slowly but surely. Did I pass it? I did. Okay. So on is white. God dang it. Okay. Oh wait, what am I doing? I need to open memo. Alright. So that one was the third one. So on. That's not gonna work for a symbol. Okay. 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm saying a number, but writing a different one, and I don't know why. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 3 is on. 4 is off. 5 is off. 6 is off. 1 is on. Yes. And 2 is off. Okay. As long as I understand the symbols, that's all that matters, right? Okay. So. Sigma! What are you doing? Don't break it! No, it wasn't me! It just fell off! Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Well, it's off now, so no point crying over spilt levers. Maybe we can use it somewhere else. Like where? That's a good question. It couldn't possibly be in that one machine. Oh, wait. It totally is. Okay. Boop. Okay. If I just put it here. Good. There we go. Bam. So what should I do with this thing? I found a manual on the floor over there. It says that this machine doesn't really use electricity in a conventional way. Huh? Those tubes use some kind of special liquid to transmit electricity. Actually, it's pretty complicated. The simple version is that you can adjust the voltage by adjusting the flow of the liquid. So let's say you turn that rightmost lever all the way to the left. If you do that, all the liquid coming from 240 will go to the left tube. Turn it all the way to the right, and it all goes to the right tube. What if you put it in the middle? Then it gets halved. Each pipe will end up with 120, instead of one getting 240. So what's the deal with all the question marks? Those represent unknowns in the target values. The one with the 3 question marks means it's supposed to be a 3-digit number, while the ones with only 2 mean those are 2-digit numbers. And of course, the single question mark means that value is only a single digit. What about the one that starts with 3? Well, I would guess that means the hundreds digit has to be 3. So question mark 4 question mark means the tens digit has to be 4. And question mark 5 means the ones digit has to be 5, right? Yes, I think so. So let me see if I've got this. We need to adjust the levers so that the liquid gives us the right numbers on the bottom. That's correct. Once you've got all the levers set, then I think you pull down on the power lever like this. Ah, makes sense. I think that about covers it. Oh wait, one more thing. The liquid will only flow from top to bottom. The manual is very specific about that. Okay, let's do this thing. Alright, we've seen a puzzle much like this before, so... If I do this, then this would, Oh, okay, well, these two are right. That's good. What if I do it like that? Wouldn't it be too much at that point, though? No? Okay, guess not. If that's like that, then this has to be like that. Perfect! Easy enough. Yes, I am a champion! Look! I turned the power on. Look! It's moving! Looks like it's finally ready. But ready for what? Well... ready for you to use this, I'm guessing. The screen? Yeah, I think. Alright, let's use the screen. I think I've got it. This machine is a CT scanner. You mean like from a hospital? Yes. One of those things that can take pictures of cross-section of your brain and organs and stuff? Yes. It can image things other than the human body, too. Like this root, for instance. So what are we seeing on the left? So what we're seeing on the left is a slice of that root. I think so. What are we supposed to do then? I think trial and error is going to be the best way to figure this one out. Just start messing with it and we'll see what happens. Alright. Dragging up and down where the image of the root is displayed will allow you to scroll between layers. The bottom layer has 8 circles of different colors. 4 of those circles are blank. Assign an appropriate number to each circle. Numbers you can use are displayed below the cross-section. You can move the numbers where they need to go by dragging them. Well, here goes nothing. So that's 100. This is a thing about fractions, and that's where the numbers go. Okay, well, let's see. 315, blues, question mark, 3/15ths, huh? Would that make this 2? No, that doesn't make any goddamn sense. 4/16, 6/20. All has to equal up to 100 somehow? So wait, if we add 19, I'm just gonna use my calculator. 19, 12, 15, and 21, we get 67. So that would mean we're missing 23. I don't think you can get 23 out of what we have right now. Oh wait, 4 numbers are missing. So yeah, we can. So the number we're looking for is probably 23. Okay. Let's see, the best ways to do that. Well, if I put 10, that leaves 13. Which would mean 6 and 7, but since 6 and 7 aren't a thing, I can just kind of put 6, 5, and 2. And then it'll go whoosh, and nothing happens. Okay. Alright, we'll work with these 4 numbers and adjust them as needed. So blue is pure question mark, so I can't really do anything with that one. This is 3/15. Well, 3/15 can be simplified to 1/5. Yes. I don't know what that would mean. Put 10 there. The 10 doesn't make any sense anywhere. Okay, so it can't be 10, which means I have to put 9 and reduce one of the numbers by 1. Let's reduce this one to 4. Okay. That does give me 1/3. 4/16 simplified is 1/4, and 6/20 is simplified to 3/10. 3/10 with 21. What? My brain hurts. Okay, this has to be a higher number than 2. Alright. Slow down here. Okay. To make this one 5th, that's impossible. If I have that, that's 13. We should put 10 there. Nothing happens. How do I know the puzzle's solved? Is it just gonna, like, do something? This does give me 23. There. 4 here. Actually, we'll put 6 here. This can't be 10. If I make this 9, then I have to reduce something by 1. I'll put 5 there. Three over 15, 2 over 12. That's about as close as I can think. I've got to be thinking about this wrong, though. 1/4. Well, to get 1/4 of 20, you'd need 5. And the closest to 6 over 20 would probably still be 6. That's 11 plus 2, which is 13. Which should still be freaking 23. Okay. I really wish there was some feedback of some sort that I'm doing something right. Put 3 there and 9 there. That is 1/4, which is close to a 5th ish. Oh, dang it! Just calm down and think. If you concentrate, I'm sure you'll find the answer. Well, that's useful, thanks. Okay. I have an idea. That's 5. That's 4. This one is 3 over 10. 10. If that's 19 and I'm trying to get 23, I need 4. This combination of numbers doesn't work. If I put 2 there, then it's too low and I can never get there. If I put 3 there, that's still the same case, but closer to what I was thinking. I don't know. Okay. If I put 4 there... 15. 15. It's reduced. This would be 2. That one's increased. So that should be 5. It's not high enough. So we get 6. 6 plus 8 plus 4 is 22. Or 12, which is still not high enough. Make this 5. I know I've got the total right. That has to be the case. Because that's 100 and all these add up to 23. Or 67. Which is about 2/3. Doesn't make sense though. And why is the blue one question marks? It's already confusing enough without it. Just keep playing the game of reduction and increase until something happens, I guess. I could try every single possible combination, but that'd take a million years. Yes. Question. In the audience. What's 67 plus 23? Oh. Okay, if we have a new target number. That was an excellent question, thank you. Okay, so we're looking for 33. Trying to get 33 out of these four numbers. 10 plus 9 is 19, plus 18 is 37. Wait, what? 19 plus 8 is 27. And to get 33, you'd need 5? 6. Yeah, okay. So you can't really finagle with the numbers too much in that case. What? What? Wait, what? I don't understand what I just did, but we'll go with it. Huh. Looks like I got it. You sure did. After you thought 67 plus 23 was 100, you dumbass. That's amazing. Good work. Well, would you look at that? The color changed. I wonder. Have a look, Sigma. And Starman. Okay. This is... I knew it. You've seen a password like this before, haven't you, Luna? Yes. In the AB room in the infirmary. It'll open the safe, right? Yeah. Starman Moon... Red was 1/5 or 20%, 12 and 8. Oh, okay. It was based on percentages. That makes sense. I just happened to plug in the right numbers in the right places. Go me. Oh, hey, would you look at that? Yes! It opened! Okay, let's get our prizes. First we've got... Move everything else and take the map. A map. It says floor B. The one we found in the crew quarters said floor A. So did the one in the infirmary. We came down here using an elevator, right? So that would make A the top floor. Seems weird. Don't the numbers usually count up from the bottom floor? Well, look at it this way. A for above, B for below. Why does that seem ominous? Whatever. Moving on. My next prize is, let's see. Key cards. They have a moon on them. That means these are the moon cards the announcer was talking about. Now we can play the next AB game. They gave us 2, just like with the sun cards. I'm a solo, so I'll take 1. It's fine with you guys, right? Sure, go for it. We've got 2 other things left. I've seen one of them before, but this one... Is it some kind of input device? It has a keyboard on it. And a cable connected to the top. We can worry about that later. Funnily enough, I already know exactly what it is. How to use it, though, is another question entirely. Or what the passwords will be and stuff. Might as well take it with us for now, though. And finally... the key. We can get out of here now. Yeah, this should unlock the exit. Well, I mean, the game spoiled it for me. What am I supposed to do? No more screwing around. Let's move. Let's move indeed. Especially because that was the easiest gold file I've ever gotten. The door's locked. It says lock. Okay, let's go. Yes, let's... I agree. 3, 2, 1. Bzah! Well, that's bad game design in my opinion. So.
An ambidex gate has been opened.
Already? We barely opened this door.
5 minutes remain until
What the
ambidex
heck?
main polling closes.
Freaking flies or whatever. Huh? What's going on?
Maybe someone from another team opened one of them. They must have found a moon card.
Well, why the hell would they just go and open one of the doors on their own?
We should get back upstairs. Whoever jumped the gun is probably in the warehouse.
Right. Okay, let's go. We leapt out of the magenta door and into the warehouse. There stood Tenmyoji, Dio, and Clover. Hey! What the hell is this? Why'd you open one of the AB rooms before the rest of us got back?
Clover and I haven't done anything.
Dio didn't feel like waiting, I guess.
You got a problem?
Yes! Yes, I do have a problem!
Why? I don't remember saying anything about waiting until everyone got back to open the AB rooms.
Are you kidding me? We didn't talk about it because we thought it was common sense.
Sigma's right. We were able to get back quickly, but the others could still be stuck somewhere. What if they can't get back in time?
No sooner were the words out of her mouth. It was probably a good motivation tool.
Goodness. You're all here.
Did something happen?
Yes. It's Quark, you see? He
What? What happened to Quark?
collapsed. It happened so suddenly. We were just searching our room.
Oh boy.
What?
This is
Please,
terrible
we
timing.
must hurry to the infirmary. This condition could change at any moment. You should go.
Oh no.
Tenmyoji shoved Kei aside and leapt through the yellow door. Oh hey. How's it going? The rest of us exchanged a few startled looks, then ran off after him.
Quark, come on, kid. Get a hold of yourself.
Tenmyoji grabbed Quark's shoulders and began to shake him desperately. Is there a way I can, timeout, ban, mod. There we go. Okay. Well, now you're a moderator in the room, so yay! Considering we'll probably be streaming together at some point anyway. Also, something about Quark shaking Quark's shoulders.
We don't even know what's wrong with him. What if you make him worse?
Then what am I supposed to do? I have to save him.
Save? That seems a little extreme. Maybe he just has anemia or something.
No, that's not it. I know him better than any of you. He doesn't have anemia. He's never just collapsed before.
Well, then call an ambulance and stop freaking out about it.
You son of a bitch. This is serious.
The infirmary seems pretty well equipped. There are plenty of diagnostic tools, but without a doctor, there's not going to be much we can do with him.
Oh, hello. You mean in the control room? All that had was a bunch of stuff for controlling the generator. I don't think anybody would put medicine there.
What about you, Kay?
I'm terribly sorry. There was nothing of the sort in the archives. Books and so on in abundance, but no
Archives?
Oh, God. He's...
We had, like, completely different rooms this time around.
Oh, God, no.
Look, just to be sure. Where did the three of you go?
Someplace called the Bee Garden. It was
Hey,
kind of like
botanical
a park
garden.
with trees and stuff. Yeah.
But
No medicine. Maybe some medicinal plants?
Tenmyoji slumped to the ground. And then Quark tries to kill himself and everyone in the room. Yeah, I'm skipping through a bunch of stuff that's actually already happened before. Nope, session 5. 6, actually. This is my 6th section with this game. Goodness. That's already like twice as many as I had with the first. Oh, no one here, huh? Damn! Where did she go? No point in complaining. I just needed to look somewhere else. I turned and headed toward the exit. Well, we already know where we're gonna find Alice. We're going the wrong way towards it, though. Oh, wait, no. She isn't dead in the crew quarters in this one. She goes to... the pantry? No. I can't remember where the heck she goes. We'll find out here in a second. Still can't skip. So apparently new stuff is about to happen. Oh, the archives. We've never been here before. Okay. Well, we get a good preview of what this puzzle is gonna look like. Oh, this looks confusing. So this is the archives, huh? Kay, Quark, and Alice search this room. Damn, nothing here either. We need to find her quick, or she's gonna do something bad. If she loses it like Quark did, and nobody's around to stop her. Shit, I need to hurry. Yeah, one of my friends, Polly, told me that it's pretty good about not skipping over things you haven't actually seen, so... I decided to try the garden where Clover, Tenmyoji, and Dio had gone after passing through the door. So I'm just occasionally testing the skipping function. Technically, we've never been to the garden before in this timeline, except sort of like that. It's a thing. The first thing I noticed was when I stepped inside was the smell. Clean grass, running water, plant life was everywhere, and the air was filled with the fresh scent of it growing, underlaid with the sweet, dry tones of dead leaves underfoot. While the air outside had been dry and harsh, and here it was like a spring rain or something, just like Clover said, plants and stuff everywhere. Yeah, this game is like at least 3 times as long as the first, I think. I walked slowly down the path, still slightly stunned. I finished that one in 7 hours, for crits crying out loud. Most of the facility had been cold, dull metal, yet this room was positively verdant. Good word, Sigma. I didn't know you were smart enough for that. Man, hard to believe there's something like this here. What the hell is this even for? As strange as the garden was, Alice needed to be my priority. I reined my thoughts back in and continued down off the path and into the grass. I'd only gone a few steps when I stopped short. Alice!
There you are. Good. I'm glad you showed up.
Oh, hey, this looks familiar.
I just got here
Wait.
a minute ago. She was like this when I found her.
okay.
When you showed up, I was getting ready to take her to the infirmary.
Then she's,
Yeah.
alive?
Her breathing and pulse seem normal. She doesn't appear to have any obvious external wounds.
Yeah, I'll teach you more things, hon. Don't worry. So she's just unconscious.
Looks
What about the scalpel?
Doesn't look like she has it. Figure she probably dropped it on the way here. Anyway, we need to get her to the infirmary. Give me a hand here.
Right.
Wait, hold on. There's something I need to tell you. Just stay calm.
What?
Look to the right.
My right or your right?
You're right.
What the hell? This is a bomb!
Exactly.
It definitely wasn't here the first time we searched it.
Here from the crew quarters. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's an entirely different bomb. Look at the number on the side.
It says 01. The one in the crew quarters said 03, and the one in the lab said 02. Shit! Then there's no question, huh?
I've got more good news. Just think about the numbers for a moment.
You're saying there's a 2 bomb out there somewhere.
I can't be sure, but it does seem pretty likely.
Damn it. That means we're talking about an explosion the size of 3 tons of TNT.
Yeah.
Who said it?
Clover, Tenmyoji, and Dio investigated the garden. There's also a chance someone else said it. Anyone could have come here after they left and before we showed up. Anyway, we need to move Alice. Help me out here.
Hasn't the AB game timer have been going this whole time? Alice was lighter than I'd expected, and Fi and I managed to set off toward the infirmary at a brisk trot. It's one of my favorite game series out there. Uchikoshi is a mad genius of a writer to keep all these timelines straight. Yeah, you got that right. Time travel and alternate timelines and stuff would be a thing that lots of people fall into traps through.
You need to hear this.
So far, the translation and dub have been pretty good too.
Alice.
What did it say?
Only 1 or 2 little
results
quirks
are
as
identical to
usual.
Quark's.
Also, I
She
think we've
has also
seen
been-
this. No? Okay. Even the characters can't keep the timeline straight. Fi had called everyone else back after I brought Alice to the infirmary. 7 sets of eyes
Oh no.
were looking at the screen.
No. What's going to happen to her? Well, like I said before, there's only one way to cure Radical 6. It's a special antiviral treatment. Whether or not there's any around here, though. No! No! Oh, Alice! I don't want you to die! Please! Please don't die! I don't want to be alone! Don't die!
Clover wrapped her arms around Alice's unconscious body and began to sob. None of us had the heart to pull her off, so all we could do was stand and watch uncomfortably. It was definitely uncomfortable. Is someone gonna check Quark's pocket?
10 minutes remain.
Right,
until
that's still a thing that's happening.
polling closes.
In case we forgot.
All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Or as we've learned from the past future.
Guys, I think we should get back to the warehouse. I guess we're just gonna have to leave him behind.
No!
Like heck I'm gonna leave Alice all alone.
She's going to be fine. I gave her some Soparil. She'll just be sleeping like Quark.
I don't care. I just want to stay with her.
That means Dio and Tenyoji are playing against each other. That's not good.
Whatever. She can do what she wants.
Huh?
I see. Dio and Tenmyoji's opponent in the next AB game is Clover.
Oh, okay.
If she doesn't vote, then she'll default to ally, which I don't think I need to mention would be pretty favorable for Dio. If she stays, he's got an easy round.
Whoa, what are you saying? You think I'm gonna choose Betray?
Yeah, I do. Am I wrong?
Yes. Of course I'm gonna pick Ally. For one, Tenmyoji's gonna be in there with me. I can't just ignore his opinion and make my own choice.
Yeah, Dio's such a good guy for nearly killing us.
I can't leave Quark here when he's like this. I'll be staying, just like Clover.
Hey, come on now. What is this?
Knock it off, Dio. He's too smart to let you make a scapegoat out of him.
What the hell? Why are you so suspicious of me?
Yes?
What if Dio stays behind too? If Clover, Tenmyoji, and Dio all don't vote, then everyone allies, right?
Nope, we can't do that.
You don't know?
Know what?
This.
Oh,
You
good.
didn't find
Somebody
a note
found
like
it.
This one?
Huh? Wait, what's this?
We found it in the archives.
Well, there sure as hell wasn't anything like that in the garden.
We didn't find one in the control room either.
Interesting. Apparently only the archive had one.
What does it say?
Why don't you read it for us, Sigma?
Okay. I took the note from him and, still slightly confused, began to read. Here are some more AB game rules for you. Not voting is not an option. If both parties refuse to vote, then everybody gets penalized. In other words, one person out of every color group of 3 has to vote.
You see? At least one member of each trio must vote. Otherwise...
That means Kay has to vote. Quark and Alice certainly aren't in any condition to. If he doesn't, all 3 of them are screwed.
Wait a second.
Oh, they have a weird
Kay's
team.
got 6 BP right now. His opponent is gonna have to default to ally. That means if Kay chooses Betray, he's gonna have 9 points.
You needn't worry. I have every intention of choosing ally.
Oh, give me a break. You expect us to just swallow your bullshit?
Oh dear. Dio, please, think for a moment. You do realize that Alice currently only has 1 BP, don't you? If I were to betray her, what would happen?
Anyone whose BP drops to 0 gets penalized, just like when you break the rules.
I am not so desperate to escape that I would be willing to kill. Therefore, I will definitely choose.
Oh, so if we
ally.
betrayed Phi, we
Indeed,
would have 9
I
and then
really
I
have
would
no
win.
choice.
Yay!
Unless, of course,
I'm not gonna do
I
that,
wish to
obviously.
become a murderer.
Not yet, anyway.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
I mean, 5 wasn't even brought up either.
We don't have time to argue about this. There's only one solution. Clover, you're going to have to go vote for us.
Huh?
What does that mean?
What, did I use big words?
Huh?
It means this.
I'd never seen someone move that fast before, let alone someone as old as Tenmyoji. In the blink of an eye, he covered the few feet between himself and Dio, and slammed a closed fist into the other man's chest. He must be some kind of martial artist. I had my suspicions. Hunk! Blood. Dio fell to his knees, wheezing for air. Tenmyoji waited a half second to make sure he was down, then turned to look at Clover.
He's not gonna stay down forever. Get out of here, Clover.
But...
You and Kay are in the same position now. I've only got one BP, just like Alice.
Interesting. So long as Tenmyoji doesn't vote, Clover's only choice is to choose Ally.
Admittedly, there is a chance she might kill me.
Are you saying you trust me with your life?
That's about the size of it. Well, what the hell are you standing around for? Get! You don't need to worry about Alice. I'll keep a good eye on her, I promise. Now get moving! You still don't trust me?
No, that's not it at all. I trust you, I just...
Yeah, I wouldn't trust her with my life either, but I guess no one else knows about that, nor did it actually happen, so it's fine.
Okay, take care of Alice.
She'll be fine.
Besides, she mostly snapped because of what happened with Snake, right? I can't remember. That seemed to finally satisfy her, and we were off. We ran as fast as we could, leaping through doors and tearing through rooms on our way back to the warehouse. Well, we trust Vi, so at least there's that. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
You've all got a moon card, right?
Yes, we do.
Good. Then let's go. Boop. Just about reaching the end of time. 4 AB gates yawned open as we swiped our cards. The 5th one, the one Dio had opened, stayed empty. The 6th, which would have been Alice's, remained unopened. Obviously. Kay and Clover quickly entered the 2nd and 3rd from the right, and Luna and I headed toward our own. As usual, the one furthest to the left. What is it with us in choosing the one always furthest to the left? What is it?
You're going to choose Ally, right?
Yeah? Why do you ask?
Of course we are.
You promise?
Sure. I promise.
Cross your heart?
Cross my heart.
You're gonna be in a world of hurt if you double-cross me.
Okay. Don't sweat it. I'm a man of my word. Oh, we wouldn't actually kill 5, would we? Five frowned but said nothing and disappeared into her own AB room, the 2nd from the left. Which always leaves me with the freaking last one. Luna and I nodded to one another and headed for the last one, the leftmost room, and then we found the body of a dead old lady in it. Let's hope not. No, okay, good. That would make things really awkward in the last, like, minute or so. Well, let's start the polling!
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
What are you going to do?
Well, I don't have a choice, do I? I promised. I said I'd choose Ally.
Yes, but Vi has 6 BP. If she betrays us...
Yeah, she'll have 9 points, I know.
Right.
What do you think we should do, Luna?
It's your decision, Sigma. I'll be in the same position either way.
What?
You have 6 BP too, don't you? That means if we betray Vi, and she chooses Ally...
Then I would have 9 points. Oh, that's what the promise was for.
You see?
I'm an idiot.
In either case, I could end up with someone in my group reaching their goal.
I mean, the bombs weren't there in her timeline, so... I guess it makes enough sense.
Game polling closes.
We don't have any time left. You have to make a choice.
Are you sure this is okay with you?
Yes.
Alright. I turn to face the machine.
10 seconds remain
Excuse me.
until Ambidex game polling closes.
What am I gonna choose?
9, 8, 7.
Ally or betray?
6, 5, 4.
Blackened or spotless? This is impossible!
3, 2, 1.
And as always, in the very last second, boop! The first episode I have on my YouTube channel explains it pretty well.
Has been completed.
So,
Results
maybe a little too well.
will be displayed in the warehouse.
I just choose Ally every time though. At least the first time around. Until I get killed, and then I'll choose Betray. Luna and I stepped out of our AB room a little later than the others. They were already gathered in front of the projection, awaiting the announcement of the results. This would be a perfect cliffhanger too, but I guess I'll just let it go.
Right? Are you sure that was okay?
Yeah, what else was I gonna do? I promised. It'll be fine. I'm sure Fi chose Ally too.
Really?
Come on, what's with you? Do you not trust Fi?
No, that's not what I mean. It's just...
Let's just go have a look, shall we? Why are we even talking about this? We'll know what happened in just a few seconds. If she has 9 points, well, that's it, I guess.
Let's go.
She leaves and we get locked out forever. Oops.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed.
Definitely harder to figure out what's going to happen
To the results screen.
on other routes based on the events of yours than the first game. Okay. Good. Good. Shit. Are you serious right now?
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Hey! What the hell is this? Why'd you choose Betray? I thought we promised.
We? I don't remember that.
What?
You promised me. You said you'd choose Ally. But I don't recall promising you anything. I was free to choose whatever I wanted.
Hold on.
You should have seen this coming. I told you I'd make you pay. And now I am.
Huh? I had absolutely no idea what she was talking about.
You reap what you sow. This is your fault. You chose Betray first.
First? Do you mean in round 1?
No. I mean the first round, too.
Have you lost it? I've always chosen Betray. Screw you. Or Ally. Take a good look at the results up there. This is round 2. My vote was Ally. Yours was Betray. I didn't betray you. I've never betrayed you.
Yes, you have.
Even in all the timelines.
Remember? Oh, don't lie to me, Sigma.
What?
Drop the act. There's no way you don't know by now.
No about what?
What's happening to you? The strange things you've been seeing.
Do you mean the premonitions? I wanted to say it, but as the word formed itself in my mouth, I felt a tingle along the back of my neck. Not quite. The first game actually explains it pretty well, I think. Someone was looking at me. I turned around to see Luna, Clover, and Kay.
What are the two of you talking about?
It's nothing. Forget about it.
I'm afraid it's not that simple. You were the only person who chose to betray this round. Is there some connection to what you and Sigma were discussing?
Yes, there is a connection. But you wouldn't believe me.
You don't know that. We might believe a lot.
Clover certainly would. Vi looked away and scowled. For several long moments her eyes stared off into the distance, and I could also see her mind working. Hold on for a second. Oh, we're about to hit a to be continued. Shit. Finally, she sighed and spoke.
Right. Well, I've got 9 points now. So sorry, but I'm out of here.
Huh? What do you mean?
Do I really have to explain it? I'm leaving. Through the number 9 door.
Hey! Wait! I love how Kay jingles everywhere he goes. I scrambled around in front of her and threw my arms out. She was about to wipe me out.
You're in my way. Move.
No! I'm not letting you go. What happened to you? I didn't think you were the kind of person who'd ditch the rest of us so you could get away.
When someone betrays your trust, feels like a part of you dies. For me, I guess it was the part that cared. I don't think you have even the slightest idea what that feels like.
Betrays your... Wait, are you saying...
Whatever. Just get out of my way.
No, I'm not moving.
I see. Then you leave me no choice.
As she spoke, Vi bent down. Then shot up into the air and over my head. I spun around to see her standing next to the number 9 door, her hand on the lever. You!
Nice try.
She grinned and tightened her grip on the lever.
Plaudite, acta est fabula.
What the hell's that?
It's Latin. Applaud. The play has ended. That's what it means.
Latin?
See you later.
Wait! Stop! A bolt of searing light roared through my brain. Ah! When I came to, I was floating in a field of nothingness. Huh? What the heck's happening? What? What? I don't even know. I have literally nothing. Absolutely no idea what just happened. But, regardless of that fact, this is all for this episode of Let's Play Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward. I had to think of the name of the game for a second there. But, if you like this video and you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you do subscribe, don't forget to ring that little bell for all the notifications on all my uploads, generally every Saturday. Is there anything I'm missing? Oh, yes. If you're watching on Twitch, don't forget to follow me there either. There's also some links now down in the description below for other social medias if you want to follow me there too. Yeah, so next time we'll try, and I'm curious now to see what happens if we do betray her at this route. So we'll find out what happens then, and then work through a few of the other ones. Until then, later, guys.